Played in a Big Five contest on Hawk Hill in Atlantic 10, a Big Five, whatever. Bernard Blunt, a freshman, 20 points, 14 rebounds. And, yeah, John Chaney, your team's down by 13 at one point. Rap Curry, another freshman, 19, and rookie coach John Griffin going for his biggest win so far. Matt Gukas, the third, comes up with a big one here. It's a 7-point lead for the Hawks. Then Mark Macon, who shot only 7 from 23, started to nail him. Right there, he had 21 points. It was a 10-point lead. They get it down to about 3. Macon again. Vic Karstafen. However, free throws at the end, and the Hawks win it in an upset, 66-60. Wow. And speaking of the Big Five, they added 4 more to its Hall of Fame. Villanova's Joe Ryan and Ed Pickney, Temple's Granger Hall, Ralph Lewis of LaSalle. Today, the luncheon. Tonight, the installation. I was there in Hawk Hill, and they remembered the games fondly.
Senior. Three-pointer there, 3,200. Love it. Then Craig Amos dials up a couple of three-pointers. There's number 1. Hawks are trying to beat the Owls for the first time in 12 games. They haven't beat them since the spring of 1986. Hawks up by 12 at one point, but there goes Mark Macon. Finally finds the mark. A couple of three-pointers here. They cut it to 4, but no more, as Matt Gukas hits 2 clutch free throws. And after 11 straight losses to Temple University, St. Joe's can celebrate. And they do. Winning 66-60. Afterwards, Prism talked to the freshman, Bernard Blunt, after it settled down a little bit.
When you match up against a team like Temple and you play against such a good player like Mark Macon, all you can do is get hyped up. And you hope you get great fans like this. So, yeah, I got hyped up.
And they got hyped up tonight. A happy night on Hawk Hill. They might be still celebrating. Definitely, they are still celebrating. In the NBA, Seattle
to college last we checked.
Right.
Buchanan's runner goes down.
St. Louis got 2 timeouts to play with and plenty of time to use them if they get a score and a quick take.
Walker brings it out. Underneath Bryson, turns, hits it!
What a square up, and of course a great look down.
A career game for James Bryson. He's got 21. Walker fouls Mullen. The season, the 4th loss of the season, rather, all in the Big East Conference. Mullen can't hit a 3. Dowdell has had a wonderful second half for the Wildcats. Near steal by Sproling. Dowdell gets it back.
He has played well.
Mullen, great hustle play.
He'll give you that every minute. But
Mullen steps behind the line, misses the 3. Lance Miller a rebound, and they will just let the time run out. The Villanova Wildcats, a huge win here at Madison Square Garden tonight as they take it by 10. 2 good friends right there, Rolly Massimino and Luke on the second. Along with Bill St. John's 51.
Yeah, he's not fully recovered, and
tell.
yeah, you really can't tell, can you? Charles Barkley's foot is not fully healed, but it's fine enough for him to play for the Sixers. So the NBA says, Charles, you can play for the East All-Stars. And sure enough, Charles Barkley now has an All-Star Most Valuable Player award to put in his trophy case. He almost didn't get it, but the league persuaded him to come down south. Here he feeds Michael Jordan, who, when he's playing in North Carolina, ain't going to pass too much. Jordan fired in 26 points. He took 25 shots. Barkley gets the slam. He scored 17 points, pulled 22 boards. Now, Karl Malone of the West did score 16 and figured into this game later, as you'll see. Patrick Ewing fired in 18 to the hard way. Final seconds, the West has a chance. And watch what Malone does to his own teammate's shot. Yeah, he interferes with it, later said, I don't know why I did it. And his team lost as a result, 116 to 114. Charles and the East win. Now, there were some Mounties in against Temple, which had Vic Karstafen in the lineup. He was shooting them from West River Drive. Karstafen scored 25. Macon, following this steal and the dish from Karstafen, would pump in 24. For West Virginia, Chris Leonard ties it at 75 and sends this game into overtime. And that is where Temple came alive, outscoring West Virginia 13-3 and winning by 10 points in overtime, 88-78. We'll have more on that, more on the All-Star
game in Charlotte showcased the NBA's top talent. And Sunday's best of the best was Philadelphia's Charles Barkley. Barkley, playing with a bad ankle, scored 17 points and pulled down 22 rebounds as the East beat the West 116-114. And despite the MVP award, Barkley kept things in perspective, given the situation in the Middle East.
I've gotten a little distraught the way sports has turned into a big money major business, and then, you know, people start taking it too serious. It's supposed to be an entertaining thing. It's not supposed to be life or death. I mean, you're supposed to go out and do the best you can, and hopefully every night you give somebody a chance to relax and enjoy the game. But I think, for some reason, the last few years, it just really had people have gotten carried away. And hopefully, with this Desert Storm thing, people can put sports back in its proper context, which is just be entertainment.
Number 1 met number 2 in college basketball Sunday, and the chasm between the two was evident as top-ranked UNLV trailed at second-ranked Arkansas by 4 at half and then turned it on. Stacey Augmon led the way with 31 in the Rebels' 112-105 win. The Rebs led by as many as 23 in the second.
Next on NBC, it's Major College Basketball. Coach Digger Phelps brings his Fighting Irish to the hills of central Pennsylvania to meet John Chaney and his Temple Owls. Hershey Park Arena, the setting for this just 5th meeting between Temple and Notre Dame. And the building is sold out. It is really a neutral site, but it's Temple's home game as they move 90 miles from Philadelphia to play today. Team B.
If I had to pick a sleeper in the big tournament, the NCAA in March, I would pick Temple. The reason's, Don, I think they have 2 first-round lottery draft choices, and obviously Mark Macon and Donald Hodge down the road a little bit. And the other thing what creates problem is John Chaney has a style that no other coach in Division I has. It's many touches, supreme discipline. But the only problem with the Owls' style is that they fall behind. They have a hard job catching up.
All right, the Fighting Irish are 10-4 team, but they come in saying they're confident they can upset Temple today, and there is Mark Macon, the player to watch, Temple's all-time leading scorer. We'll be back with the starting lineups in a moment.
Why? Get up there, baby! Nice work by John Gonzalez and his camera people.
Producer David Neal, director John Gonzalez, executive producer Terry O'Neill, and coordinating producer of basketball Tommy Roy, as we're coming to you from Hershey, Pennsylvania, where with 16.5 minutes to go in the game, Temple has the lead, and now Notre Dame looking for its first points of the second half, gets them off a steal to break. Elmer Bennett.
They needed that, give them their confidence. Almost 4 minutes without scoring.
Elmer has 5. Notre Dame center Keith Tower still with just 1 point. That collapsing zone defensive Temple has given him nothing. Now low to Strickland.
Give credit to Verstappen.
Allows a big day. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and a lot of defense. He did the job, as did the Owls. They absolutely took away Notre Dame's front line scoring with their zone defense. We're going to be coming back here to visit with John Chaney, the Temple Owl coach.
Tonight, of course, took place right here in town. Temple and St. Joseph's to share this year's Big Five city title. Each team emerging from this series with identical 3-1 records, as St. Joseph's tonight upsetting LaSalle 82-73 at the Civic Center. Of course, it helped having this guy out. Of course, All-American Doug Overton down with a sprained ankle. St. Joe's so excited, as a matter of fact, they had a little stage fright. This is what I'm talking about. Bernard Blunt, boing, the miss, dunk, it's out of there. Randy Woods at the other end with the 3-point basket. Good. Nicely done. Hawks coach John Griffin says, hey, can you guys stop that guy, please? Can you stop that guy? And so they try to stop him, and guess what? He hits this one from the vet. 3-pointer. He had 29 on the night. But in the second half, St. Joseph's comes to life. Craig Amos with the 3B, he had 19. Speedy says, hey, what the heck is this? And guess what? St. Joseph's upsets LaSalle 82-73. The Hawk will never die.
For the last few days, I know that's all we could think about is beating LaSalle, getting a piece of history, get our names on a banner for once. For the years that I've been here, not many, like I said, not many good things have happened. But this is something that I want to remember for a while.
All right, from the A-10 to the Big East, action at the DuPont Pavilion tonight. Eric Murdoch helping the Providence College Friars out to a 9-point halftime lead. Rowley needing some fast relief and got it with Greg Woodard, who answered with 25 points on the night. When Woodard is on, Villanova is on, as was the case tonight. Providence loses this one 64-55. Meanwhile, the Temple Owls played a home-away game at Hershey Park Arena today. The opponent, Notre Dame. The basket, Mick Kilgore. Temple with a 30-23 lead at the half, and Mark Strickland with the Owls bucket there. Lady scored today with 14 as a pair of alley-oop variety. Donald Hodge got in on the act. Owls eventually won this one 70-46. John Chaney not looking too excited, but hey, gets the victory anyway. There it is, 70-46. Let's check out the scoreboard, shall we?
They've been doing it for that long. Always a great time. First, there are the jokes. Here's Dick Jackman of the Sun Oil Company. Jackman the Jokeman tonight.
Never get into a fight with ugly people. They have nothing to lose.
Then the awards. First, Sean Wooten of Abington High School wins the High School Player of the Year. Then head coach Eddie Robinson of Grambling, a special award for his contribution to the game. College Coach of the Year, how about Joe Paterno of Penn State? College Player of the Year, BYU quarterback Ty Detmer picking up his trophy tonight. The Maxwell Award going to Detmer. How about the NFL Coach of the Year? It will be the Raiders, Art Shell. NFL Player of the Year, Randall Cunningham. And tonight, he